Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday show. I'm Hammer, and I'm usually joined by two of my favorite Wednesday show hosts, Jen TMaxi in Canada and Terry Diamantis down under. You can find us on Rumble every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we bring in YouTube at 9 p.m. to simulcast on YouTube as well. Hope you have time to stop by.
That was my first moment of real doubt. When I started to wonder, this whole thing was a mistake. So then I went back to my office. And there was a new casualty list waiting for me. People are dying out there every day. Entire worlds are struggling for their freedom. And here I am, still worrying about the finer points of morality. No, I had to keep my eye on the ball, winning the war, stopping the bloodshed. Those were the priorities. So I pushed on, and every time another doubt appeared before me, I just found another way to shove it aside.
I feel like I've lost my purpose now. It's like,
well, give up then.
Yeah, but yeah.
No.
Jesus!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday show. I'm Hammer, and I'm usually joined by two of my favorite Wednesday show hosts, TMaxi in Canada and Terry Diamantis down under. You can find us on Rumble every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we bring in YouTube at 9 p.m. to simulcast on YouTube as well. Hope you have time to stop by.
That was my first moment of real doubt. When I started to wonder, this whole thing was a mistake. So then I went back to my office. And there was a new casualty list waiting for me. People are dying out there every day. Entire worlds are struggling for their freedom. And here I am, still worrying about the finer points of morality. No, I had to keep my eye on the ball, winning the war, stopping the bloodshed. Those were the priorities. So I pushed on, and every time another doubt appeared before me, I just found another way to shove it aside.
I feel like I've lost my purpose now. It's like,
Well, give up then.
Yeah, but yeah.
No.
Jesus!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday show. I'm Hammer, and I'm usually joined by two of my favorite Wednesday show hosts, TMaxi in Canada and Terry Diamantis down under. You can find us on Rumble every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we bring in YouTube at 9 p.m. to simulcast on YouTube as well. Hope you have time to stop by.
That was my first moment of real doubt. When I started to wonder if this whole thing was a mistake. So then I went back to my office. And there was a new casualty list waiting for me. People are dying out there every day. Entire worlds are struggling for their freedom. And here I am, still worrying about the finer points of morality. No, I had to keep my eye on the ball, winning the war, stopping the bloodshed. Those were the priorities. So I pushed on, and every time another doubt appeared before me, I just found another way to shove it aside.
I feel like I've lost my purpose now. It's like,
Well, give up then.
No.
Jesus!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday show. I'm Hammer, and I'm usually joined by two of my favorite Wednesday show hosts, TMaxi in Canada and Terry Diamantis down under. You can find us on Rumble every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we bring in YouTube at 9 p.m. to simulcast on YouTube as well. Hope you have time to stop by.
That was my first moment of real doubt. When I started to wonder, this whole thing was a mistake. So then I went back to my office. And there was a new casualty list waiting for me. People are dying out there every day. Entire worlds are struggling for their freedom. And here I am, still worrying about the finer points of morality. No, I had to keep my eye on the ball, winning the war, stopping the bloodshed. Those were the priorities. So I pushed on, and every time another doubt appeared before me, I just found another way to shove it aside.
I feel like I've lost my purpose now. It's like,
Well, give up then.
No.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday show. I'm Hammer, and I'm usually joined by two of my favorite Wednesday show hosts, TMaxi in Canada and Terry Diamantis down under. You can find us on Rumble every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we bring in YouTube at 9 p.m. to simulcast on YouTube as well. Hope you have time to stop by.
Minions of the Zoo. In space!
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Minions of the Zoo in space. Sanguine has a prior engagement, so I'm the keeper for night, Tyr Alexander, and I'm here with my friends Mitch Nemo.
Yo-ho!
And TMaxi.
Hello.
I'm pretty sure we'll be joined by Willard Forge and Rotncorpse and James Colley once they get done with Frost's Glad at the Corner. So look forward to that. So how have you two been?
Spiffing.
Very.
Go ahead, Jen.
That's all I've got.
Repeat that. No. Mitch, repeat that.
Spiffing.
Oh, okay. For me, it was trying to find ways to distract myself and then not get pissed off at my country for something as dumb as an ostrich, because my country was like very sociopathic about a bunch of fucking ostriches.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen that. That's. I'm getting sick.
Did you see the map of the farm? Like
the what? The map of the farm? No.
Mitch,
so.
Hold on really quickly, Mitch. I'm going to join the Shattered PCFO because I need to do it because, yeah, it's my daily.
Let me see what ship I'm in. Go. I'm good.
All right. Holy crap! I didn't add you
All
to
right, go on,
the
Jen.
Didn't add you to the team.
Okay, now go.
All
right, Jen, you were talking about the map of the farm.
Yes.
Right. So there's a corner of the farm where they were sectioning off where they were planning to do the obvious cull.
Yeah.
And they were, setting up their barrels for it. And, the more you look at it, the more you're like, okay, why does this look like you're making a Vimy Ridge for fucking ostriches?
Because
And
they
then
are.
they were, yeah. And And then 2, they're still on the farm. Like, yes, they've been ordered to leave, and the cops have, the RCMP have, but the CDIF haven't. And they're still, like, kind of keeping the farmers off.
Well, it's time
I
to shoot
watched
them.
Well, they're just the dumbest people I've ever seen on a field. I'm like, how the hell did you even get a job in that field? So this guy in a hazmat suit, which prior to they hadn't worn shit for like 8 months. They hadn't worn shit. So all of a sudden they've got hazmats when the cameras are on them. But
Well,
this idiot.
I'm sorry, if I may, real quick. I just want to point out that now it's a public relations war.
Yeah, like, so 2, this guy in this hazmat suit is like, I'm gonna lasso a bird, and starts proceeding to chase it around a field. I'm like, my sir, you are not gonna catch up to that bird.
That bird's far faster than you.
And can run for a lot longer, like days.
Yeah.
I don't know that they do, but they can. It looks like something that's built for running. Like, no, I'm not chasing that.
It's all very silly.
It is.
Yeah, I did have some good news. Like some of our, like my provincial leader, I think the one in Ontario, Doug Ford stepped into, and I can't remember the name of the third, but they're gonna try to put some pressure on BC to get into talks with the US, because you guys made offers to take them on. And it's just ridiculous to just think that, oh, well, like, killing it's the first option, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Some hope. And our natives stepped up. Like, it's one of those times where, like, I hate that we have to lean on them like that, but they were our heroes this time, so they deserve the medal for stepping up. You know?
Well, somehow I don't think that the damn it, what the hell's going on here?
It's that's insane, Jen. Like, it's fucking stupid.
It really is.
And it's one of those things where, like, anything they could do to malign this farm. So yes, they used to be a meat-selling farm. They used to sell the birds for eggs and meat, and I guess there's a lot of other things they use the animals for. But I get the impression, if I look at the farmers, and this is me coming from my own impression, they hand-raised those birds. They live up to 70 years. Yes, there is a man on the farm, but it's mostly run by 2 women. They transition them to research birds. And I think they probably did that. It's not that a farmer can't put down a bird. When you really kind of love your animals, it becomes a lot harder to be that guy.
Yeah.
So I think they just transition because, like, yeah, it's not like they can't, sometimes they have a bird that they put down. I'm sure they eat it. Farmers do that. But I'm pretty sure they kept them because it was just like, you know what, keep doing that repeatedly just breaks their heart. And I can understand that because they're an exotic animal. Like, I watched them for 4 days, and all I've walked away from this is like, I want an ostrich. Because they're cute and surprisingly friendly. Like, what I watched was animals that, like, if they'd been any other species, would have been a lot more pissed off. Like, cows wouldn't have put up with half of what they were doing.
But you gotta remember, like, depending on the line between cute and cuddly, like, remember Peanut the fucking squirrel and the raccoon
In New York.
Yeah, they had no good reason to kill those animals. They weren't displaying signs of rabies. Like,
right.
If they were rabid, they would have been either known because they'd be displaying signs.
No, each of these cases is state-sanctioned Karenism.
Yes, because someone bitched. What was the Tiger King's nemesis, that the tiger from Chip? I forget her name. That's what we need to call this particular breed of Karen.
I'm not sure. But I'm tired of the state inserting itself where it doesn't belong.
Yes.
And it's happening more often.
And it's done in such a way where you can tell that it's meant to punish people. Like, don't you dare do anything out of line. If you do anything that we don't like, we'll just destroy it. If they didn't want us to have ostriches, then why would you let us have it like 25 years ago? I'm not sure when they got it exactly, but I remember ostriches being a thing up here at least 20 years ago. Maybe a little bit more. I'm just not sure on the exacts. You know, if they've been doing it for like over 20 to almost 30 years.
Mm-hmm. Well,
it is a bunch of new
rules, I guess.
Yeah, you know, and I get that, but like you don't just like go like, well, we need to get rid of these birds because we don't want this policy anymore, so let's slaughter them.
Right.
And then our media, if it wasn't for the rebel, and I don't like shading them because I don't think it's their fault. It's just between having a lower budget and then being, yeah, they are super Christians. I get it. Some people find that cringe. They are our only conservative media that's not paid for by the government. You know, so they do all these stories where it's like, yeah, that's, you know, we wouldn't know about all this stuff. And yeah, they would have just slaughtered 400 fucking ostriches. And like,
for no real reason.
yeah.
Well, for some reason, I should say. Because they're making reasons up. I think it is broken.
It's also
great.
A lot of this is targeted at our.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're playing a game.
Yeah,
it's just
all right. Leaving too.
So much of this has been targeted at our farms, and I mean they were doing that to you guys too. Like Bill Gates is an example of somebody who should just be kicked out.
Yeah.
But it's this kind of stuff where you're like, one, you're gonna lose faith from your farmers. They're gonna be like, Lord forbid we ever tell you that one of our cows or pigs or chickens has a cold, because you'll call our whole flock.
Yep.
As if there's any sense to that. And then two, it was seeing how little effort our politicians were willing to put into something that we all came together and said, hey, no, we don't agree with this. Could you please look into it and say something?
Right.
Out of Canada, the three people responded. Really? Everyone else, it was silence. But
Will.
Howdy.
9.
Well, gotta hold up on the thing doing its patching and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's slow patching.
Of course it is.
Well, you'll have to wait 30 minutes because the TFO we were just in was bugged, so we just dropped out. So it's a 30-minute penalty.
Yeah, now we have a lever penalty. But that's okay. There are other things I know we can go do for just shits and giggles.
Sure.
Say, I can reinstall Arc in less time than this is taking to install this patch, and
yeah,
my
and
Arc
you
install
still have to install the patch.
Say, my Arc install folder is 480 gig.
Jesus.
Shit. I could install.
See, that's why I don't use Arc.
No, he's
a
talking
big
about, game. He's talking about Ark Survival.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the gaming overlay for Star Trek Online, Neverwinter, all the other.
No. Ark Survival Evolved, Ark Survival Ascended. It's a huge game.
Okay.
Yeah, it is, and you can take like an hour.
But it downloads and installs in less time than this.
Well, yeah, it depends on what's happening with the patch too. I mean, the game size does not necessarily correlate to the patch size.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Christ, I hate congestion.
Mm-hmm.
I hear ya. It's like, which end of it does it sucks the most? The spring when everything is pollinating, or the fall when they're still pollinating and they're dying at the same time?
Both.
Yes.
Yes.
Some of what I deal with is because I smoked for 30 plus years.
That's the other one. I cut back on smoking, like a lot. I probably... I'll be real. I'll be honest. I probably smoke a little bit more pot than I do tobacco at this point. But the one or two times that I've smoked a cigarette, I think I have allergies from it too. Like, I'll smoke one and be like, my nose is stuffy. Yep.
I don't think that's necessarily an allergy. But I mean, the result is similar.
Well, Mrs. Forge actually was allergic to tobacco, only ever had it around for her medicine pouch.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, smoking tobacco does relieve anxiety and depression.
Hey, Mitch, there's a Zap Brannigan over here.
Yep, I see him.
It's one of those theories I've had lately is like, when I was a smoker, yeah, I was a regular smoker. So, like, you build up a tolerance for stuff. And then I quit, kind of, and like, oh, okay, so the odd smoke I have now, I'm like, oh, okay.
Essentially, what smoking cigarettes does is it prevents murder.
Yes.
I mean, just look at the crime rate. Since all the anti-smoking stuff has gone into play, there's been a lot more murders, haven't there? Murder rate's gone up. But
I also...
what smokers will do is they'll make a choice. Do I throttle this motherfucker and choke him out and let him dry in a gargle of his own blood, or do I go out and have a fucking cigarette? And then when some third party dipshit walks by and says, "Cigarettes kill," that's when you go, "This one's saving your life right now, motherfucker."
Cigarettes kill. It hasn't killed you yet.
See, even if I'd known before that it gave me the sniffles, I probably still would have smoked, because... Yeah, there's the anxiety and the not hating people as much thing. I live in a city.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Having a stuffy nose is not actually a bad thing, because sometimes it's the city. You're like, I don't smell the city when I'm going across the city.
It reeks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since
Yep.
we're not in the game,
Sure does.
I'll look at chat and see if there's anything going on in the chat.
That's a good
Yo,
idea.
Green. Hey, Ray.
Hey, Green Badger. Who else?
Functional. Carl Baskins.
Hey, Functional.
Thank you, Green Badger Outdoor. Carl Baskins. So I propose that we name that type of kern, the subset of kern that particularly targets a animal shelter or whatnot, a Carl.
Raymond.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that works. The thing I wanted to stress. I hope Will's already sort of here. So
Hi, Will.
I might as well start this discussion I wanted to have since we have more people here now.
Okay.
Hold on. I just used my inhaler and I'm afraid I'm going to cough something up. We'll see.
I'm sitting here and
Patching.
earlier tonight I accidentally dumped half a bottle of hoppies on me, so I was like, okay, stay away from country bars and gun ranges.
Oh, well, there you go. Here's my theory. Well, let me give some background first. There's a push to keep AI out of entertainment, movies and TV specifically.
Good luck.
And I'm generally on board with that. I do believe. I think AI is a tool. I think, for example, since I've written some scripts, but they're not Well, let me tell you, I didn't write like screenplays. I wrote radio plays. That's a different kind of a thing.
I've used AI for editing and to get
I
general information.
Exactly. That's kind of the point I'm making. I did not write these things according to a proper format for radio plays.
Mhm.
So if I take what I've written and pop it into an AI and say, format this script for a radio play. Hold on. Oh, there it is. It's a little itch in the back.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do that, then I'm essentially using AI to familiarize myself with the proper format of a radio play, and what I write subsequently format initially instead of relying on AI to do it. So in that context, that's just Star Trek Online, man.
It says I'm buffering, so. And,
okay.
And I know I have my
On the
VPN
stream.
on.
Okay.
There it is. I'm back.
All right. But you can use AI in a non-artistic way to enhance your ability to create the art. Is what I'm getting at.
I mean,
are we still streaming, Tyr, or are you just out of the game until you log back in?
I'm just out of the game until I log back in. We're still streaming.
Okay. All right, cool. But I'm saying you can use AI as a demo for your own artistic endeavors until you get it right. It can help.
It can.
And that's a perfectly fine way to use it. Where the real conflict comes in is when AI is masquerading as art. And I understand that no one wants to work with an AI script. No one wants to work with a AI generated animation, yada, yada, yada. But I got to tell you, I have gone and looked at some things popped up on my feed regarding the Halloween franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And it's essentially a series of tapes, like old cassette tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Is the shtick they're using, because this is from like 1978, early 80s, in that era of Halloween, where Dr. Loomis is making notes about his sessions he's had with Michael Myers, and even some of the other doctors that have been in, Dr. Wynn and some of the others who have been in the franchise in that era.
Kefki.
We get to... Hi, Kefkers. You're muted. There you are.
Okay.
Get the engage button. Say,
but we're seeing a lot of they're using AI to replicate Donald Pleasance's voice for these audio recordings. And remember, these are fan made. These aren't professional things. These are fan made things. They're using some AI for the visual element, but a lot of times they're just using video of a tape recorder, an old-fashioned cassette tape recorder running.
Well, I think it'd be nicer if they just got somebody to do an impression.
Oh, maybe, but what's important, Kefki, is that the point I'm building up to, I should say, is...
1 second. I want to read what Ray Lewis says. I get Grok to help me with some pictures for my Judgment Cat, but inspired off of different series that I'm reviewing that video. I mean, again, AI,
using it as, if you want to know if you have a character, you want to know what your character looks like in a steampunk outfit, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You upload the image of your character and you say, show me this character in steampunk. And you can get an idea. Do I want to go in that direction or not? Okay, yeah, let's run with it. It seems pretty cool.
well,
Or,
again,
no, that looks dumber than I thought it would. I'm going back home.
well, for writing purposes, I have AI. Some things can be conveyed slightly better through like music and random shit.
Yes.
So I'll have I'll give the AI a general overview of the story that I'm doing. All right, create me a song in this style with these artists. Bam, creates this damn song for me.
Right. Now, back to the point. My overall point.
Yes.
I've seen these fan-made, basically YouTube videos, like 3-4 minutes each. It's just Dr. Loomis recording notes about a session he had with Michael. And it's really interesting and it's entertaining. And the writing is better than anything we're getting out of Hollywood at the moment.
Well, because it's not activist driven.
Here's the issue that Hollywood is facing. Hollywood's not just facing
team leader.
Oh, right. Hollywood is not just facing a crisis of the onset of AI. Hollywood is facing a crisis of the onset of independents like ourselves being able to utilize AI to create a more entertaining product than Hollywood ever could. Because Hollywood is not trying anymore. They're really not. If you take a look at every Friday the 13th movie after Part 6 is a further adventure of Jason Voorhees, for example. And part of that is because there are no narrative threads between the films any longer. This latest David Gordon Green, Danny McBride Halloween trilogy, as they like to call it. For one thing, it's not really a trilogy. There's no real story going from film to film. They're making shit up as they go, and it's obvious. There's not a good, solid piece of connectivity between those films. They're not trying. Look at the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Once again, there's no real connective tissue between those three films because they're not trying. Oh, they've got a surface level connectivity. Oh, look, it's the First Order again, and it's still bad guys. Oh, Laurie Strode's still in these movies for some reason, and Michael Myers is still out there, but they're not interested. But he doesn't want to kill her anymore. But he's still out there, so she's got to kill him because no one else can for some reason. You know, the further adventures of Jason Voorhees, because all we're going to do, we're going to kill him, and then he's going to come back, then we're going to kill him, then he's going to come back, then we're going to kill him, then he's going to come back. That's no longer a story. It's all the surface elements of a Friday the 13th movie, of a Star Wars movie, of a Halloween movie, of a Star Trek movie. It's all the shallow surface elements, but it's not the genuine article anymore. That's what Hollywood is faced with. AI is just it's just the modern target of that frustration. There's always a new tool. There's always, they probably freaked out when CGI happened. Oh my God, all the stunt people are going to be out of work. CGI, oh no. Who's going to build the models? Oh my God. All those guys are going to lose jobs.
I mean, all right.
Well, to be fair, sorry, I was saying, to be fair, the special effects people, practical effects people, they've lost their jobs.
But see, that's the nature of all technology.
Yes.
Radio was killed by, TV. That's the death of radio. Radio was popular, up until TV became the new invention.
But radio wasn't killed by TV.
It's not as popular as it was. It is.
Cassette tapes did not destroy the record industry.
But it didn't. It's not as popular as it once was.
Well, they have to adjust their business model, and Hollywood is going to have to adjust its business model too. Stop hiring your wife's cousin who needs a job to write your fucking movie.
But
video may have killed the radio star, but not because, but because the radio didn't bother with updating the model for everything. How many of us listen to old radio plays because they're the best?
Yes.
Did. But my point is, my point being is that at some point, Hollywood's going to die because AI or shit. Well, I'll use it'll eventually become holograms and shit. At some point, someone's gonna make the hologram. We're gonna have holographic movies. We're gonna have holodecks at some point. Like that's the logical progression. That's the logical progression of AI. of this medium, because AI now is able to write and give me a story. If I say to the AI, "Hello, how are you doing?" It'll go, "Hello, I'm doing this." Or if I make a character with this AI, I can have an argument with the character. Now, it's going to progress there. It's going to get to where we're going to have a visual element to that, and then from that visual element, it's going to be a hard light element. This is your natural progression of shit. We're gonna get it. Not my lifetime, maybe.
Well, yeah. Look at the progression we've had. I think you're kind of right, because the progression we've had is live performance, and then we had audio recordings. Or not even audio recordings, but we had audio, and then we had first we did have audio recordings, then we had audio broadcast, then we had audio visual broadcast. So hey, that didn't kill live performances, did it? No. Then we have audio visual recordings in the form of like Betamax, VHS, even just
DVDs.
Film. Right. The technology of audio video recordings has accelerated and what's the other word? Evolved.
Now we
From
can
film,
have it in real
Betamax,
time.
VHS, DVD. Now it's just streaming.
Yeah. Like right now, we're having this conversation in real time, and
Yes.
well, a 12-second delay, but still, it's close enough to real time, where
Yes.
we can.
Well, 12-second delay to the audience. It's real time for us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously, will. But that's, I'm just saying that the storage method has evolved over time, and a new storage method tends to eliminate an old storage method. YouTube.
Hold on 1 second, Mitch.
Go on.
Ray Lewis says there's the Halloween books based off of the new Halloween movie trilogy. Halloween Kills is a good book. The ending, though, having Laurie tell Michael she's coming after him, but Halloween ends not following up with that was a letdown. That's
Yes.
Ray Lewis.
Absolutely. Halloween is a garbage fire. Well, actually, the whole three film, all three of those films are a garbage fire because
we have a 6-minute
they miss
wait.
things.
before we
What's
can
that?
do a 6-minute wait before we can do another TFO.
Oh, that's fine. This is an interesting subject, though. At least I think it is.
I do too.
Now, when YouTube came along, it literally shattered the distribution model that Hollywood used. Well, any AV entertainment, even music entertainment, it shattered the distribution model and created a brand new one in the form of streaming.
Well, no, Netflix did that.
No, YouTube did that. YouTube was around long before Netflix.
Really?
And when I say it shattered the distribution model, what I mean is people like you and me no longer have to be connected to this business to get stuff out there.
That's true.
We can now reach an entire planet worth of people without being connected to a film distributor, for example.
Yeah.
So YouTube did that. And to this day, the people who operate the distribution channels still don't know what to do because they think that they just need to create their own streaming service. And that wasn't the best way to go, obviously, because those are failing hard now too.
Well, see, the issue with the streaming services is they need original content. Like you need a reason to get Netflix, to get Disney Plus, and the fact is like, oh, well, you can only see like all the stuff they're producing is utter shite.
Yep.
Like, all right, if I want a horror story, I can go to like a trillion different horror YouTubers who are creating horror stories.
Yes. And a lot of them are doing it. A lot of them are doing it much better than YouTube. Or I'm sorry, than Hollywood.
Yes. It may not have the production values, but the stories are engaging and interesting. They don't preach to me. There's no pandering message. And they put it out there like, hey, you like it, you don't.
Like the one we just watched a week ago, Desperate Measures.
Yes.
that none of us really liked, but we saw potential in it, and we recognized that the concept in play was actually quite good.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a lot of the switch and bait. Like,
Oh yeah, that's what she said.
yeah, like the last example. Sorry, Kefki. The last example I have of that is the Lilo and Stitch, because there were so many people who were honestly really disappointed, like really, really disappointed, because it looked like it could be something good. And then they watched it and like they left out an important character, like switched up a character, and then decided to throw Lilo under a bus.
The problem.
Well, my understanding from that one is if they had, if they had made it a quote unquote live action shot for shot remake of the original, it would have gone gangbusters.
It would have.
You would have given the audience exactly what they wanted.
Yep.
But the problem is they aren't.
No, you
doing
got to
shot for
change it
shot.
up and preach at us.
But see, and that's the problem. They aren't doing shot for shot. They aren't doing the when people want live action, they want it 1-to-1. Everything. They didn't want.
It's also not live action because it's CGI. Why do they call it live action?
That's why I said quote unquote live action.
Oh.
But but that as opposed to a drawn cartoon is what they're.
Yeah.
And Kefki, check the twatters.
Okay.
It is the lack of imagination and the lack of the lack of ability to switch off the pandering and the preachy.
Well, not only that, it's there's a common thread also of making it their own.
Yes, I fucking hate that.
No, don't make. If you want to make it your own, make your own.
Yes.
Yeah, make something original.
Yes, make your own product.
I
have my take on Halloween. I've made my own. I didn't make Halloween my own. I'm making my own.
I say this with Rings of Power. If they remove the all the Lord of the Rings elements and names and stories and shit, it could have been a rather interesting and unique fucking fantasy tale. Like if they took all the Lord of the Rings shit out, not had any Lord of the Rings references, it would have been more palatable.
Yes.
But the moment you attach Lord of the Rings to it, you create this expectation. These characters have a set history and a set destiny, if you will. This has to lead to this. You can't alter these things. You can't create new characters whole cloth because these characters did not exist in the medium you're trying to claim you're taking from. You can't have your baby orcs, because orcs aren't created like that. You can't have any of that shit because.
Well, that's what I mean about they only pay attention to the surface details.
Yes, again, even with video games, if you'd like Kill the Justice League, if you'd have made that game about just random group of superheroes that you're going after and you're playing the bad guy, you'd have done gangbusters. It would not have been as widely hated as it was.
Right. Hey, Ryan.
You're right.
What up?
Remove all the DC shit and just give and you could have allusion to certain powers. Oh, this is Captain Boomerang-esque character. Okay, he's Captain Throw guy or some dumb shit. Lieutenant Throw.
Well, yeah. I mean, damn, sorry.
Don't die.
The
Captain
depth
Throw
of
returning
understanding that modern Hollywood writers have equates to Spock uses a phaser because Star Trek. That's what they think understanding the character is. That's not character.
Do we want to retry that TFO or just do Devil's Heart because I need to get that daily?
Well, let me see. Which one is Devil's Heart? Is that the? Oh God, I'm still blacked out from it. Well, no, that's because your team. Which one is Devil's Heart?
The one where you're going through the Elthurian ship and you have to.
Oh God, no, that one's terrible.
We can try.
I'd rather do the mini episode because we'll get through that quick.
All right, we'll do the mini episode then. All right.
I think we can all do that as a team.
We should be able to. Transwarping.
No, I got no indicator, but go ahead.
Maybe you gotta accept the mission on your own.
Brother, did you change the light bulb?
Yeah, you want the orange one back in there?
No, he just beat it for being black.
How many loads did it take to change the light bulb?
Let's see.
One.
One to screw it in and one to keep Kefki away.
All right, transwarping.
Let's try that. Mini episode, all that matter.
Yes.
Make sure you turn that off first.
No, I wanna screw it.
Oh,
in
what was
there,
that
but-
last article on Frosted Glasses thing about? Because I only caught the slight beginning of it, and
Yeah.
I had to cancel off because I had to finish up shit at work.
Which one?
The final article.
Oh, yeah, no, I believe Charlie Kirk got murdered, but imagine the conspiracy theory of, speculate a moment, the conspiracy theory of him not doing it, just basically a high profile retirement.
All right.
So basically, it's more bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How am I supposed? Oh, transwarp. There we go.
The will of transwarp.
Oh yeah. Damn.
Let's do the transwarp. Yeah.
Tell you what,
I gotta check
I
out
love
pizza.
being able to breathe, but this grok in my throat.
Right, as I told them
favorite
earlier, accidentally dumped half a bottle of hoppies on myself, so I gotta stay away from like country bars and gun ranges.
Right.
The
Candy
cologne,
corn.
okay. I'm
Okay,
there,
we'll
and I
get
got
that.
this begin.
Yeah, press begin.
Begin.
I hope we all get into the same one.
Oh, there! I just saw Tyr's ship. Meanwhile,
Skipping the cutscene. Oh, there we go. Oh,
how do I skip the cutscene? Oh,
yeah, me
escape.
too.
there we go. Skipping the cutscene.
I don't understand a word that fucking space monster is saying.
Neither do I.
This is another good example, actually. One of the problems we have in Hollywood, they had this problem with The Dark Knight Rises. No one understood what the fuck Bane was saying, but the people doing the work on the film understood it because they were reading a script. They knew what he was saying before all the effects went on his voice, so it didn't sound weird to them. To the rest of us, it's like, what are you saying, man? Speak Earth.
It's sort of like, do you remember the Planet of the Apes remake?
Yeah.
Michael Clark Duncan has a very distinct voice, and it was difficult to hear what the fuck he was saying under that makeup.
Generally, yes.
Like, what they should have done was ADR his lines in, have him do the motion, and then add the voice lines.
It's too bad, too, because Michael Clark Duncan is a hell of a talent.
Yes. Or
I
was
mean,
a talent.
Yes.
God rest his soul.
He was one of those actors where if he's in the movie, you knew you were at least going to enjoy his in the movie.
Hell yeah. Honestly, I didn't mind him as Kingpin.
No, neither did I, because he was believable in the part.
Yes.
It was a race swap, but he was so believable that he was able to transcend it. Not everyone is.
Because he had the right build for
Right.
Kingpin, and he had the right attitude. Like, you know, he just had that attitude about him. Oh God. Fucking Zencat.
Looking a whole space station.
I won't have. Okay. You sure it's just a half? Yeah. Okay.
But again, that movie didn't need to exist though. Planet of the Apes the remake.
No, that was again. It's another example of why you don't let an autist film director handle an existing property. Tim Burton was the wrong guy for a Planet of the Apes reboot. Of course, Tim Burton's the wrong guy for a lot of things, but mostly it's because they're he's fine when he's doing his own original stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think his original Batman was that bad.
Because there's no superior product to compare it to.
I mean, when he did do the first two.
First two what?
Batman and Batman Returns.
Yeah. He didn't do Batman Returns, did he?
Yeah, he did. He did Batman Returns. It wasn't bad. It was.
I like
dark.
the first one.
I like the first one too.
And because
Sorry. Point being, again, those movies weren't as good as they should have. They're only viewed with any kind of reverence because there was no serious take on Batman on film to that point. This was the first serious take on. What's that?
Jack Nicholson was best Joker.
And I think Michael Keaton was the best Batman.
I'm not arguing any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you gave someone the same, if you gave a different filmmaker who wasn't so up there stylistically, the same resources and actors to play the part, you'd have a much better film.
I don't know. A lot of that does come down to directing, though.
Yes. But Tim Burton is too far up his own ass about being, a freaky artist, man.
The dark and brooding.
No, not even dark and brooding.
He wasn't that far up his own butt when he made that movie. He progressively got further up his own butt.
He did,
with
but
the success of.
But in part, it's because of the success of that movie. And the reason that movie was successful was not so much because of Tim Burton. Oh, shut up.
But Michael Keaton, Jack
No,
Nicholson,
it was
Michelle Pfeiffer.
It was the actors, and it was the fact that a serious take on Batman had not been done yet.
Michelle Pfeiffer wasn't in the first Batman.
No, that was Funky Bunkerton.
Humpty Bunker.
Funky Michelle. No, it was
Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger. Yeah.
Vicky Vale. Yeah. Who I found very annoying.
Yes.
Money. Who you trust? Me or Bat?
I'm giving away free money.
And where's Batman? At home washing his tights.
In his tights. Yeah.
You want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts.
He sounds so much like Beetlejuice in that scene.
There's a lot of good stuff in that movie, but I think it's in spite of Tim Burton, not because of him.
That's the best Tim Burton movie, Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice. I think that's his bestest movie, and the only one that I really like, actually, of his. Well, I like Batman, but Beetlejuice is the best one, I think.
I'll go along with that. I mean, I'm not a fan of Beetlejuice, but I'll agree it's probably his best film.
I'm only saying this because it has my favorite depiction of Penguin, and Penguin is my favorite Batman villain. And I'm not gonna lie, I am biased. Fucking Batman Returns.
No, man, that's a shitty depiction of Penguin.
It's a lot better than the other depiction of Penguin we got.
It completely.
Dare you? How dare you besmirch Burgess Meredith? I'm gonna thump you.
Not Burgess Meredith. I'm talking about the modern depictions. Like we got Colin Firth playing Bottle Eye, and Bottle Eye is Penguin.
What the fuck is Bottle Eye?
So there's the one of the modern depictions of Penguin is he gets stabbed he got stabbed in the eye with a broken bottle, and it's like a monocle.
No. See, again, that's making the same mistake that Tim Burton made. That is removing one pathos and inserting another that is completely anti character.
And he got that bottle eye over a fucking card game he was cheating at. Again, so yeah, like I said.
Yeah, and really, the thing Kefki said, "How dare you to what is it, Burgess Meredith?"
Yes.
How dare you disparage Burgess Meredith? And I kind of agree with that, but at the same time, I recognize that Burgess Meredith was limited in his performance of the Penguin by the nature of the show he was on.
Did you know that his laugh, his wank, that was him coughing? That was him coughing. The first time he did that, he was coughing on the cigar. The not the cigar, but the big cigarette and that big stick he started coughing on it, and they liked it, so they had to keep it. So he did an imitation of it, and that's where the.
I'm going to say you got to remember something about me. I was born in '86. So I didn't grow up with Burgess Meredith. I did not see that until after I saw Batman Returns. So Batman Returns will forever be my favorite depiction of Penguin.
Right. The thing, what I'm getting at with Burgess Meredith, the stories and characterizations weren't all that deep. That show was designed to be campy and goofy for the sake of kids.
It was a kids movie.
Can you imagine Burgess Meredith in his prime playing the Penguin with a, and not even dark and gritty, but with a serious take, just with a serious take on the character? It would be so friggin' awesome.
Yes.
I think part of the charm of that show is the camp.
Well, certainly, it's very much its own thing, and it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're doing a serious take, I still want to see Burgess Meredith in that role because he was a damn fine actor.
Oh yeah.
I mean, him playing a more adult version of Penguin, with his cadence and his look. I think I would have loved that too.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine Burgess Meredith pulling off a sinister Penguin?
Yes.
That would be fucking awesome.
Was it Cesar Romero that played Joker? Not Cesar Romero.
Yes. Cesar Romero.
Having him
and
play...
Frank Gorshin should have played the Joker, though. They should have swapped those two around.
But
Frank Gorshin would have been best Joker.
But have him playing like the Nicholson Joker. He's allowed to be mad and crazy and insane and evil.
Either Frank Gorshin or Cesar Romero, they were both very good actors who were able to convey pathos and whatnot.
Yeah, but Frank Gorshin was like, I don't know. I just think he would have made an excellent Joker. I really do.
Frank Gorshin was thinner, and the way they wrote the Riddler in that show, he was channeling the Joker anyway.
Yeah, he was basically like the Joker 2.0.
He was the Joker, but with a different shtick.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, like I said, the characterizations in that show were rather shallow.
Did you know John Astin? Gomez played the Riddler there for a little while too.
Really?
Yep.
I think he did good too. Yeah,
I think he did an episode, or he did a run or two because Frank Gorshin wasn't available or something. Yeah. Damn it!
Again, you can, and I would love to see them adapt live action versions of some of the more darker Batman stories if they were going to do Batman, like The Killing Joke.
Well, see, not even. I would love to see live action versions of that stuff, but Not the way that Hollywood would do it, because Hollywood tries to work in 4 things from every fucking famous Batman comic into one
Yeah.
movie. And that ruins the story every time, but they won't stop doing it because, like I said, they keep learning the wrong lessons.
I love the Killing Joke, but I saw part of the animated Killing Joke, and it made me want to scream. I hated it.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Batgirl and Batman, the brown chicken, brown cow
But see,
grossness.
that's the problem. That's the problem with, like, in the Killing. He'd have never done that because he views her like he views all his sidekicks as children.
Yes.
Like they're all his children now, and like you can tell it, especially when like Jason Todd, it really broke his heart. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, damn it, I hate this thing in my throat.
It's called the tongue.
Modern Hollywood thinks that we lost Will. He'll be back. Modern Hollywood thinks that, well, he's Batman and that's Batgirl, so they must be in love because they're both Bat people.
Nah.
And that's because Hollywood is stupid. This is why AI is such a threat, is not just because AI is a new thing and it makes things easier to accomplish. It's also because Hollywood is so fucking stupid.
It doesn't give people what they want. Let me read this really quick.
They're creatively bankrupt for the most part.
Hold on, really quickly.
Well, they're also stupid because they always take the wrong lessons from success. The Force Awakens was a financial success, so they figured, oh, we can just do anything with Star Wars on it. No, you can't. The Force Awakens, I think, was a financial disaster because it should have made far more money, and it would have made far more money if it was actually a well-written film. Go on, Kefkers.
Okay, 1 second. Mitch was trying to ask you something, I think.
No, I was trying to read Ray Lewis's.
Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
Ray Lewis says, I was told that the Long Halloween was adapted in the Batman, and before that it was partially adapted with The Dark Knight. The Killing Joke movie added the love scene between Batman and Batgirl to further the drama when Joker does what he does. But it didn't need that because that scene there, when he does that, it already had that because they work together. He views her like a daughter.
Well, my little sister, I think.
No, like a daughter because she is Batman is somewhere in his 40s and she's barely out of her 20s. It's a daughter. It's a father-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
At any rate, it was gross and unneeded and stupid, and it had no place in it.
It really didn't, especially with the way Batman is. We work together. I'm not doing that because we need a clear head when we're doing shit.
Yep. Batman would not allow that kind of a distraction in the mission.
Yep. He would have never done it. He barely gets away with it when Selena Kyle does it. He has to keep that professional that distance between him and her. That's the only woman I can honestly see him stripping on a rooftop somewhere.
Yeah, and honestly, Batman is not the one that needs to go out and be having all the hibbity dibbity.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of what Bruce Wayne is for.
Yes.
Let Bruce Wayne go out and get all that stuff out of his system while Batman does the work, if you know what I mean.
Yes. But even then, that's to keep up the persona. That, like, him being the billionaire playboy, that's part of the act.
Well, yes, we know that. But that's how the act can be useful in other ways.
Well, yeah.
Because that billionaire playboy persona can be used by Batman as an outlet for certain other cravings. And I don't mean to be dirty when I say that. I mean there are other needs that people have. If he was on mission all the time, he would break.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne is Batman's release valve in many ways. And yes, sometimes that's going to be naked people sex. But other times it's just gonna be out going to a party, being social, getting something to drink,
Dibbity.
indulging in rich foods.
By making him seem like he's a lush because they don't understand his character, it defeats the point of a character like a poison ivy, where the point is the reason he's off is because of her pheromones.
Mhm.
Right.
It's said. There's a comic where, quote unquote, Batman, Bruce Wayne, Batman goes evil, if you will. It wasn't that he went evil. Like he gets accused for a crime he didn't commit. He gets accused of murder, and it releases the Batbot, and the Batbot is Batman without Bruce Wayne.
Right.
It is all of Batman's knowledge without Bruce Wayne's more grounding effect.
Moral.
Yeah, the morals and grounding effect on his psyche.
Yes,
Like,
without the release valve.
Yeah, Batbot is fucking nuts. Batbot does not fucking care. You break Batbot sees crime. Batbot stops crime. He doesn't figure out why crime happened. He doesn't care that you only stole a loaf of bread because you were seriously hungry and you need to feed your family. You broke crime.
He doesn't care about the mystery.
Yeah. He doesn't care about the why.
Right. And even when it's someone just stealing that loaf of bread, there's still a mystery in play. It's just not a huge one.
Mm-hmm.
The mystery is why is this guy stealing the bread?
And Bruce Wayne is the one that helped. Like, okay, Batman quote unquote stopped the crime. He turned them in. But mysteriously you get like $500 in a job to feed your family. Oh well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because while Batman's there to stop the crime, Bruce Wayne is more there to help to prevent it from happening again.
Mm-hmm.
Batman and Bruce Wayne need each other to function effectively.
Shit.
And again, that's the kind of shit that Hollywood doesn't really understand, or at least chooses not to. Why? Because we have the first meeting of Batman and Superman. We got to have them fight like they did in The Dark Knight Returns at the end of their careers.
Well, in a Batman's career.
For some reason. Because Hollywood is stupid.
I mean, again, there's a comic book line where fucking Batman really neutralizes Mr. Freeze as a villain because Bruce Wayne decided to fund his research.
Yes. Exactly.
Neutralizes he completely neutralizes him as a villain because my whole motivation was to save my wife. You're funding my research. I don't fucking need to go out and steal and kill. Okay, all right, I'm done.
They did that in the animated series.
Yep.
It stopped him from doing the crime side and then took away the motivation for the crime.
Yep. Okay, I'm done. I have no reason to do this shit. Okay, I'm just going to go to my lab and work.
That's also one of the reasons that Batman's villains are so good, is because, like with the Joker, how do you solve that? How do you prevent that mind from going out and being chaotic? Modern psychotherapy ain't going to do it. Throwing money at the problem ain't going to do it because the Joker is not about money.
And he's wanting you to break your code to actually kill him.
Right. I mean, how do you fix that?
Be right back.
The whole premise of the Killing Joke is one bad day.
Yes.
One bad day can literally break a man, and he was trying to do that to Gordon. One bad day, and still Gordon survived it. Gordon said, "I want you to bring him in by the book."
Exactly. That's good storytelling. That's understanding character. That's understanding the Joker's motivation.
Mm-hmm.
That's great stuff. It's one of the reasons the Joker is such a good character. The Riddler having a psychological need for doing the riddles. And eventually he came out of crime too and became more of a detective because someone figured out that, hey, if you need to solve riddles, do it this way. And that worked for a while.
Shit, Batman like the Penguin. The Penguin is become one of Batman's biggest informants.
Right.
Like the only real villains he has that stood the test of time are those that he cannot help. Killer Croc, Joker. He doesn't really neutralize Pamela Isley as a villain. She just gives up. Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Selena does it for the love of the game. So you can't really neutralize her. You leaving, Kefki?
She already left.
Oh, bye, Kefki.
Maybe she'll come back.
Kefki.
Kefkers. Maybe she had to go turn into the Ferret Hulk. She was exposed to Chesy radiation.
But again, they did it for the. You're right. Hollywood doesn't understand the villains and the characters they're adapting.
Well, no, and they don't understand that a great storytelling element. If you establish the Riddler, for example, as this villain,
pick it in your
okay, he creates these riddles and commits crimes based on the riddles, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then, Batman catches him, and maybe it's Batman or some other person who some other psychiatrist maybe who figures out, hey, if you want to solve riddles, do it this way, help solve these crimes, because these crimes are real mysteries and they're difficult mysteries to solve. And for a while, the Riddler would be satisfied with that, but and that's good character development right there. But a further development would be the Riddler realizing it's not enough just to solve riddles; I have to create them too. So he goes back to crime as a result.
Him having to match wits with somebody.
You have to have character development, and the development has to be logical. It can't just be, there's a fat diamond. I'm going to steal the fat diamond because it's a fat diamond and I want a fat diamond. That's bad storytelling. And it pays no tribute to what the characters are about.
I mean, that's because 90% of Hollywood is terrible writers nowadays.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's very much my point. It's because of all the bad writing. And let's face it, there are a lot of good writers out there, but Hollywood doesn't want to spend the money to hire them. They'd rather have Alex Kurtzman write something for some reason.
Well, it's because of nepotism, to where the shitty writers they hire bring in their friends.
Yes.
But the other big problem when it comes to hold on just a second. The other big problem, especially when it comes to villains, is that fact is you can make a sympathetic villain, but they try to make every villain sympathetic.
Yes. Or no,
sometimes you just gotta have someone who's just fucking evil.
Yep.
Hence the Joker.
Michael Myers.
Or not even that. You can give a villain a tragic backstory. You can make him a kick puppy, but in the end he has to be the villain. He can view himself as the fucking hero. Not everyone.
That's what made Handsome Jack such a great villain for Borderlands 2. He saw himself as the hero.
Oh well, he was. Pre-sequel proved that he was the fucking hero. And the
in many ways, Robin Hood was the villain.
Except for he was the villain. The only reason we got what we did in 3 was because the writer, whatever of the thing, he got pissed off at the fans. That's why the twins were podcasters.
No. I'm talking about the pre-sequel. In the pre-sequel game, you literally find out that he's the fucking hero. He literally is the hero.
Of that portion of it, but they had to retcon it, basically. So you got to remember, pre-sequel came out after 2.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's the pre-sequel. Like, it's yeah. But again, you can have a compelling villain who views himself as the hero. You can have you can have a compelling villain that's honestly in the right. Still a villain.
They can do it for the right
Only villain
reasons.
who's
but
in the
they're
right
about it
for all the wrong
way.
reasons.
Fucking Thanos. The MCU Thanos. Still a villain, but he had a good reason to do it. Like how he
No. Thanos, MCU Thanos is a stupid villain because instead of
infinite resources, he just wipes out half the universe.
In MCU Thanos is an idiot.
I like old Thanos.
Hey, there's shortage. Let's just snap the shortage away. No. We got to murder half the universe.
Especially when they freaking introduced him as the fighting them would be akin to fighting death, and that's when he leans forward and smiles. It's like, you set him up to be the Mad Titan and fucking rug pulled, you fucking pieces of shit.
Yes.
And you turn him into a fucking environmentalist. You turn him into Greta Thunberg, for Christ's sake.
And I wanted the Mad Titan. And you can
he's still prettier than Greta.
But even then, even as the Mad Titan, you can honestly sympathize with him. He was groomed by death. She groomed him. All his life she's been fucking with him. Nope. All his life she's been fucking with him. All his life.
Yeah, and every year he messes with this one nobody on Earth. So
that's Apocalypse.
No, that's
that's Thanos.
That's Thanos. Thanos fucks with the only reason why Thanos cannot stand Deadpool is because Death loves Deadpool.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if it was Thanos or freaking I could have swore it was Apocalypse as like that one person that like on their birthday every year. Okay, it is Thanos. Yeah, just shows up and like basically fucks everything up. Mass murder, fucking all sorts of shit.
Ruins his day every year on his birthday.
And he's like, why? And he's like, because I can. You're the person I chose for this.
No other reason. But again, like I said, Death groomed him his entire life. She's been fucking with him. He was just a child when she entered his life.
And then it didn't help how he was treated by the rest of the freaking Titans.
Because he was a mutation. Like it's fucking insane.
Point being, they set up the Mad Titan.
Yes, they did.
And didn't even give him a reason to be mad. They made him an environmental instead.
Yeah.
Which is its own kind of madness, I'll agree.
Well, like I said, they set him up to where it's like
stupid on top of that, and if you have a stupid villain, everything just falls apart.
But again, if they kept his original motivation of like, hey, I just want to fuck that and wipe out half the universe to impress her, okay.
Yeah, that would have been fine, but it also would have been fine to treat him like a conqueror. And because the Avengers kept interfering with his conquering, he became hyper-focused on him. That would have been a fine story, too.
Yes.
But no, they couldn't even do that.
No, it's because they got to interject their politics into it and just be stupid.
Oh no, they're coming in peace.
Ack.
Yep. But that's the insane shit. Again, if you remove your politics from shit, and yes, there are some stories that are overtly political. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, because there are some stories that revolve around politics, but
yes,
but when they revolve around contemporary political fads, they break.
Yeah,
every time.
Yeah, you can do politics. It's just the problem is they try to spoon feed it.
Or like, all right, take the X-Men for instance.
I'm sorry, they don't try to spoon feed it. They try to beat you to death with it.
Yeah. Take the X-Men for I'm not gonna say civil rights. It's just it is the question of what makes humans human.
It's basic prejudice.
Yeah. You know, they are the other, and so you can have stories that revolve.
Quite literally, they're the
concept.
uncanny valley.
Nice. And you're going to have mutant supremacists. Like all Magneto shit is like, I believe mutants are superior to humans because we are.
Well, that's the other side of that is because the political hacks are writing these things. Now Magneto was right. No, Magneto was still wrong.
Yes. Both sides of that argument, you know.
Yeah, both sides are racist.
Yes. The human supremacists and the mutant supremacists. They're fucking both wrong.
Yes.
Like,
that's the part they don't understand, is that there's not a right side and a wrong side when it comes to that kind of a racism and supremacy.
mm-hmm.
There is only racism and supremacy.
I mean,
Each side is the same, is the point.
And
The people who are not racist or supremacist are the same on either side. The people who are racist and supremacist are the same on either side.
mm-hmm.
It's not about the mutants versus the normies. It's about the
hatred.
The normies on either side versus the supremacists and racists on either side. It's basically it's the liberty and tyranny dichotomy.
And again, you have Magneto with such an amazing backstory. Again, he survived the Holocaust, so yeah, he kind of hates humanity.
Well, sure. I mean, his hatred has come by honestly, but imagine this story development or character development. Suppose Magneto leans in initially to the I'm a mutant, I hate normies.
Mm-hmm.
But over time, he would come to realize that it's not the mutant and normie is a false dichotomy, and the real dichotomy is liberty and tyranny, as it always is, politically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that character development with a character like Magneto. He basically has a he turns babyface.
Okay.
Basically, he turns good guy. And he has a greater understanding of things. Him and Charles join forces because now there's an even bigger threat. That's how you do an escalation.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we can't have that because, again, modern writers do not understand. They don't even understand what the real conflict is. They think it's a conflict between humans and mutants, and it's not. It's a conflict between liberty and tyranny.
Yep.
But they're too shallow to understand that.
Well, not even that. They see the superficial elements of the story, and go, "Oh, this is what it's about." And
Yes.
I think they still would, because they hate Jews. They'd still fucking say Magneto's evil.
Probably. No, let's be honest. They hate Jews when it's convenient. That's what these. That's what hacks.
Did this one excel on the fucking? Because I don't remember him being able to like drop 2 fucking beams on top of us.
Oh yeah, that's happened periodically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they had to increase the difficulty on this one.
No, it's happened in the past.
Nah, like he dropped he overlaid 2 beams on top of me.
Yeah, I've had him do that to me too.
I mean, that's one of the great things about Magneto as a character when he's a villain, is that he doesn't understand the true dichotomy. Charles does. Charles Xavier understands. Magneto does not understand that dichotomy, the true dichotomy.
And I love their relationship. No matter what, Charles still believes in him. Like I believe that one day you'll see the light.
Yes. One day maybe he would be awesome if he did.
Hell, I honestly think they have a Batman Joker relationship. Like he doesn't want to hurt him and kill him, huh?
I wouldn't go that far because Magneto doesn't want to kill Xavier.
And Charles doesn't want to kill Magneto. He wants to
The
save him.
biggest thing with Xavier as well is he never wants to give up hope, because giving up hope shows that people can't change, and he wants to be able to show someone who, has that much hate, went through that much pain, and can grow from it and let go and realize that, the people who hurt him, 90% of them are dead.
Yep. But
And
also the
Magneto
interesting
believes on
thing
the
about
outside.
the dynamic between Magneto and Charles Xavier is that they don't want to kill each other. They want to convince each other.
Yes.
Yeah, they say they don't want to kill each other, and they don't want the other to become corrupted. Like Joker wants Batman to kill the Joker.
Yes.
You want to break his code.
They want to, both of them want to win in the battlefield of ideas. They want to convince, hey, you're right.
And honestly, that's a great formula for perpetual antagonism between the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Well, the Brotherhood of Mutants, it should be called. It is kind of silly for the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants to call itself the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
It really
Like
should.
like their dedication is evil. Ha ha! We are the evil. Ha 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 ha!
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's actually. I mean, that's kind of the thing is I've hit in a few different things, and you see it in very prominent in Harry Potter and everything. The bad guys are admitting they are the bad guys. That doesn't that isn't actually that's not that common of a thing. Even if they're like, yeah, I'm doing something that some people call wrong, here's my justification in doing it. It's not, hey, I want to do evil. It's, I'm entitled because of this. I'm right because of this.
Yeah.
You're not looking at it from this perspective. No, they're like, yeah, no.
Go on.
These people are sympathetic to our dark order and everything. I was like, yeah, no, even the Nazis weren't doing the, hey, we're evil. We're out here being evil. I love that skit. Are we the baddies?
I think the best line I heard explain is the fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan. Anakin is Sith are evil. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. It is the best.
Well, yeah, but that's George Lucas doing bad dialogue.
But it's still.
It explains the motivation, but that's George Lucas doing bad dialogue. George Lucas doesn't understand that there are other ways that can be conveyed in a more impactful way.
And you get into the not,
I'm trying to explain.
Go on.
Not evil, just wrong.
Well, let's go back to the bread example. The guy who steals the bread, is he evil?
No.
See, I would also say no. I would say he's not doing it because he's evil. He's doing it because
It's hungry.
It's a more efficient solution at that time.
I say he's doing it because he's hungry.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Probably.
But at the same time, it's not just about hunger. His hunger is part of his justification, but he engages in that act because of the efficiency of it. It's far more... It's faster, if you will, to go and take the bread and eat it than it is to get a job, earn the money, wait for the pay period to end, get the paycheck, go to the bank, cash the check, and then go buy the bread.
Mm-hmm.
It's more efficient to just take the bread and eat it. Far fewer steps involved. Besides, if he waited until all those other steps had occurred, he may have starved to death.
Yeah, it says... To be fair, there is sometimes a desperation element involved too.
Yes. Did you say you're starting up another one, Tyr?
Oh yeah, but I said what I said is what did I just say? God damn it!
What I said, boy.
It's far better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
It's certainly more efficient.
It's far easier to ask for permission than forgiveness than permission.
Easier, not necessarily. not necessarily better.
Yeah, it's some that line. It's either better or easier. I forget the two.
The typical quote is that it's better too, but it's that's a misrepresentation of it too. It's a convenience thing. It's also a justification for, hey, I want to go ahead and do what I want to do, even if I know it's wrong, or if I know that it might be wrong.
See, look, in this whole discussion, it's perfectly clear that I have a.
What did you say, Mitch? You put out there.
In this whole discussion, it's clear that I understand the. Let me do it this way. If I'm proposing a story, a slasher film, let's say.
Okay.
Now, because of the way my brain works, I have reasons for things that happen in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I have it planned out for 3 trilogies. And I have a logical progression of cause and effect and motivation for our killer throughout these trilogies, throughout every movie.
See, and there you just told us there's no chance of you being a Hollywood writer.
Yes, I know that. But the Hollywood film producer or studio exec will be, well, for fuck's sake, why can't he just do this now? And I could explain it till I'm blue in the face. They'll never understand. They're incapable.
They have no.
They don't understand that if you skip steps, things stop making sense, and you're not going to have a successful franchise.
Mm.
You're going to have a one-off film that does moderately well versus a 9-film franchise that's always going to do really well because things make sense.
That's going to be gangbusters.
The customer is satisfied. Remember, we're not just film fans. We're not just fans of IPs. We are customers. And we've kind of let Hollywood ignore that fact for too long.
Yeah.
Like, even with this game, we're not fans of this game. We are customers.
You're competing for our attention in dollars.
Yes. And you can either compete well or lose.
I mean, shit. Using the games as an example, there are a trillion different games that we could be playing right now, but we're spending our time here. Why? Because we're interested in it. So why not give us more of the stuff we want versus what you think we want?
Well, no, it's not just that. I mean, there are things they can do with this game. For example, I'm not trying to turn this into a Star Trek Online bashing thread or a discussion, but it's a good example of, especially with the prior development lead. Dude was a hack. He still is a hack. And for one of the things a lot of the players want in this game, because I go through and I read the Discords, and I used to read the game forums when that was still a thing before the moderators there created an environment where no one participated in, like they're doing now on Discord. Players are constantly telling the game developer that they want to be able to fire consistent looking weapons. And one of the things, you guys are familiar with the vanity shield thing in and for anyone who's listening who's not aware, you can apply a vanity shield to a vanity slot to give your ship a certain look, or you can go through and customize in other ways,
like your ion trail and whatnot,
with different skins and different ship components. There are options essentially. And one of the things that's been suggested is a vanity slot for our weapons. And when the developers hear that, they don't want to do it, so they say it's impossible. And I'm saying bullshit. It's not impossible. It is entirely possible.
Because what you're telling us something that
they keep throwing out excuse after excuse after excuse why it's not possible. And I've even come down to the point where, okay, instead of a full vanity slot, let's compromise and just have a slot where we can change the color of the weapons to some of the base colors that we have. You know, like the base color for phasers is orange. The base color for Tetrion is blue. The base color for anti-proton is red, etc., etc., etc. So give us a slot where we can just change the base color of the weapon's output, and we don't need to change the entire visual effect of it. Just give us a color thing. So, yeah, I could fire quad phasers, but they'd still be blue. Or I'm sorry. I could fire blue quad phasers, but they'd still have the same visual elements of the existing phasers, except that they're blue. Or the existing quad phaser, except that it's blue. That way you don't have to go through and rewrite all the code for all the weapons throughout the entire game. There's already a built-in there used to be a chat command you could put in to do that. Change the color of your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Work within that system, build a slot, and let us do it that way. But no, they want to be pig-headed about it. And the moderators on the Discord, whenever someone brings up something like that, they try to find a reason to shut down the discussion.
The last of the refugee ship.
And you know what? That's the kind of thing that drives your customers, not your fans. You don't have fans, you have customers. Don't you ever fucking forget it.
Mm-hmm.
We are customers, not fans. Don't try to change the paradigm. You're not going to succeed. You're going to chase your customers away, not by not doing it, but by coming up with bullshit excuses why you can't do it. When we know those excuses are bullshit.
Okay, so you're talking about something like changes the projectile, or at least the color of the projectile from what it sounds like.
Yes.
Or it's okay. I was like, okay, because if you're just talking about like cosmetic skins on weapons, like, nah, if they're trying to say that that's impossible, they're fucking retarded.
Well, yeah, of course they're retarded because these cosmetic effects already exist. We know it's possible. You know, and I'm not even saying change everything about the weapon so that, you know, a pulse beam looks like a regular beam. I'm not saying that. Change the color.
Yeah.
Just let us change the color so my phasers are consistently blue. Or my phasers are consistently red. And how do we do it? We don't even need to. Maybe we should create the base color vanity inserts. Or give us on the loadout screen. Give us a slot where we can just select what color we want the weapon output to be.
Yeah.
Leave all the other effects in play.
Because you can only argue with your primary base so much before you. So you can only argue with your primary base so much before they like you said, they start to walk out.
Yep.
That's why the whole thing. It's like the whole thing of them going like, well, we're going after this phantom audience because there's going to be things there. Like, look at how much they've changed Marvel, how much they've changed Star Wars, and that. And it's like the quote unquote fans, you know, the predominant fan base of customers that were keeping this thing alive are no longer part of it.
Right.
And you're now hemorrhaging money and you don't know why.
It's like changing Star Trek from this political talky thing to this action-packed piece of shit. Like,
Well, it wasn't
not why we
a
came.
political talky thing.
Huh?
What they did with Star Trek was they changed it from a show that gave you something to think about into a show that told you what to think. Yeah. And they're incapable of understanding that, or they're intentionally refusing to understand it, which is even worse. I think it's the latter. I think they're intentionally doing it because
What was
basically
that
they're
one,
afraid of being proven wrong.
Cleon Raspity with the episode where they're fucking singing in fucking Star Trek.
It is quite literally the Principal Skinner meme of, am I out of touch?
No.
No, obviously, it's the fans that are wrong.
Yep.
Again, Disney could have had this cash cow. All you had to do, and you had female Jedi in the expanded universe. Take everything that was already written in the expanded universe, paid the people the royalties, and use that shit.
You've been
You'd have
printing
printed
yourself money.
Events like Shatterpoint, you started fucking stealing characters like Thrawn from Heir to the Empire anyway.
Yeah. If they had just gone and said to Timothy Zahn, hey, we want to turn this into the next series of Star Wars movies, they could have pulled from his 5 books, they probably could have pulled 10 movies, and if they did it every single one of them a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Again,
absolutely they could have.
It was already written. It's already written. You could have gave him what you paid what $1 billion for
No,
the franchise.
no. You don't. You pay him a royalty on how well it does.
Even better.
You give him a percentage, and it probably wouldn't even have, at the kind of money that they would draw in.
It
wouldn't have to be a huge percentage. It could be under 1%, and he would have been set for several lifetimes.
I think the industry standard is typically like around 3%, which is still minuscule to what they're making.
Say that again.
I think the industry standard for a lot of that shit's around 3%.
I think that's more music industry. I'm not sure what it would be when it comes to taking Zahn's work and making it into a movie. I'm not sure how that plays out.
You could have did TV series. You could have had characters like Kyle Katarn come in, Grandmaster Luke.
They could have done all kinds of things. I mean, it's not like Mark Hamill's hurting or overwhelmed with work.
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sake, the guy's he doesn't have an on. He's got a voice career.
So again, yeah, you could have
He's
done
never
that.
been a major on-screen presence since Star Wars.
And like I said, and
So,
again,
yeah,
you
you
could have done that pre-made shit. All you had to do was just take, go to the well and draw water. Plenty
Well,
there.
yeah, all you had to do was not shit on the expanded universe.
And
you could have done so many things. But no, they wanted to make it their own. And then they relied on the expanded universe anyway. Fuck you, Star Wars. Fuck you, Kathleen Kennedy. Fuck you, JJ.
You had the straight up ability to basically print money and to never have any issues. And you're like, nah, we know better.
Same thing with fucking Indiana Jones. You
Yes.
could have printed fucking money.
Oh, same thing with Star Trek. Same thing with Marvel. But now everything is such a fucking disaster because they think it's the name that sells and not the product. They are morons.
I will say with Indiana Jones, you would either have to have a handing off of the mantle or an actual ending to the story. Like,
yes, absolutely, you do.
Yeah, all you had to do was give him the Last Crusade effect with Mutt. Cast somebody new for Mutt and give Mutt the mantle. There it is. He's the son of Indiana Jones, and you tease him at the end of the Crystal Skull, like him putting on the hat.
No, I say stay away from that fucking family shit. Don't make it a child of Indiana Jones. Make it a student of Indiana Jones.
That'd have been even better.
If you go with a family member, what I say you should actually go with is never go with the direct descendant of like the son. You go with like a grandchild or a great grandchild, someone who's gonna have had less interaction and is gonna be more drawn to it because of spending time with their grandfather
Or stories
niece and nephew.
Yeah, niece and nephew.
Imagine this. We'll use Indiana Jones as the example. Famous archaeologist. Did look at all the things. Oh, wow. Cool archaeologist. Great grandson, maybe. who only had say Indy dies when the great grandson is 15 years old. That's a good age. So that being the case, the great grandson or even great granddaughter, who cares?
Yeah.
But the great grandchild has a hero worship kind of not worship exactly, but recognizes the heroics.
They grew up on all those stories of,
Yeah.
oh, I did this with these cards, and I fought the Nazis like a billion times.
Yeah, we've established
you're
this
full of
already.
shit.
We've established that the great grandchild recognizes the heroics of the predecessor, and this predecessor being Indiana Jones. Now, of course, Indy's kids would be rebellious and not want to follow in his footsteps, and even the grandkids were probably convinced Grandpa's just a crazy old man. But by the time you get to the great grandchild and the stories start coming out, a hero. I don't know what the word is. It's not worship. It's something else.
Admiration, idolization.
Yeah, the admiration. We'll call it the admiration. Would probably be solid enough for the kids to say, yeah, I want to go into that. And without being hackneyed and shoehorned.
Yeah, you can set it in my entire.
So that happens, and one of the things this kid gets to deal with is not going out and being another version of Indiana Jones, at least not right away. But along the way, realizes that it's not all fun and games. There's a lot of holy shit, what do I do now?
Mm-hmm.
And is just not prepared for that because of the hero. No, okay, it's not hero, it's idolization. Because he idolized the great grandfather a bit too much, he's had to come to terms with some of the shifty things his great grandfather may have had to do, because now he's got to do them.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the extreme actions he might have to take just to survive, because now he's got to do them. He may get a greater understanding of it that way. And that would be another fun story to tell, because then it's not just about the act of being Indiana Jones. It's about understanding what it means to be Indiana Jones. So now this modern version, we'll call him Monterey Jack for fun. So now Monterey Jack not only contends with being another Indiana Jones, he contends with truly understanding what it means. And a lot of the rewards and baggage that come with that. It's a greater character study, and it would be more fun. Hey, never talked about shooting Nazis. You talked about the Holy Grail, for fuck's sake.
We didn't talk about the goddamn fact that these things have like fucking traps and danger and shit.
And hell, if they wanted to go about a different way, and you could still have like Indy's kids or grandkids in there.
Yes.
You have it. Well, hold on. So instead of having it be them be the main character, you have it be the neighbor kid that's friends with their thing, and had that idolization.
Yeah, that works too.
Quite literally, there's so many easy ways they could have done it, and they just shit the bed.
Yeah, absolutely they did. And here we are, a bunch of nothings, nobodies. I wouldn't say we're nothings, but we're definitely nobodies. We're not known nationally. And we're able to figure out a way to do this without it being shoehorned and hokey and stupid.
Mm-hmm. So, Mitch, you forget the industry I work in. I'm hated nationally.
Yeah, so am I.
I've had somebody swear at me from every state in the union.
So
I'm just saying that as individuals, we're not known nationally by any stretch of the imagination.
Right, true. It's like remember the Ghostbusters, the remake, 2016.
Yeah.
All right,
I try not to.
I'm just using that example as the example where I'm trying to illustrate. You have them ignore continuity and essentially rehash the team when it didn't fucking work. And then you had Afterlife was it? I think that it was called, and everyone loved Afterlife. because it gave you the original Ghostbusters and a continuation of their story.
Yes, that's exactly the point.
And you did it, and it even got even better because you said it. You know, it's not the daughter of Egon; it's his granddaughter, and it's his granddaughter and grandson. And then you could have the originals come back. And granted, I dislike the fact that they CGI'd Egon, Harold Ramis, God rest his soul. But still, it made
Well, what
sense
else are
for
they
the
gonna
story.
do?
But putting Egon in as a ghost kind of is a nice touch.
Bouncing around as a ghost.
What's that?
Go on, Will.
I was gonna say putting Egon in as a ghost is a nice touch, and he's the one that would be there still haunting.
Yes. I mean, of course they're going to CGI him because they can't just, pencil drawing and have that animated as a ghost. That would look weird.
Yeah. But I didn't think they needed to fight Gozer for a second fucking time.
No, that was tying too far back, or that was tying too much to the original.
I mean, great.
Again, that's one of those things. It's like the filmmakers trying to say, "See, I saw the movie."
You could have had what you could have had was a villain. It didn't have to be Gozer. It could have been any villain. Maybe it's
they could have. They could have done a story where Gozer and what was the guy Zemo in the second one? Vigo the Carpathian. They could have done a story where both Gozer and Vigo were not the problems, but symptoms of a problem.
Yeah, it's been bubbling over.
And Egon had figured out how to contain the problem at his farm in the middle of nowhere. That the house that he put up for collateral for that loan, mortgaged. There we go. And after those two movies, Egon figured out what that there was a common thread between Vigo and Gozer, found that problem and managed to lock it up on his farm, in some other version of the containment thing that failed. And then the grandkid and all that story can take place instead of it just being Gozer again.
Or just a new big bad, say just another new big bad. I mean, how many ancient deities can you call on?
The thing is, with his family moving to that house and living there, it would have to be you know what? It wouldn't have to be a big bad. It would just have to be a bad, but we'd have to figure out what kind of a bad it is.
I mean, even if it's just a localized, if this thing gets out, it's going to destroy the general area. It's not that big and it's not a demon god or a god or anything, but it's something that could destroy the local town. That's still a big bad.
Not even a local town. Just there's another family in town who's haunted.
That worked too.
It could be that simple, and have it be the first adventure of his granddaughter. Who read up about his stuff, found a bunch of his stuff, figured out how it worked, what it did, because Egon, as a scientist, would keep notes. And his granddaughter may not be the same level of genius that he is, but she's fairly intelligent, at least. So she figures out how the stuff works and goes, without a team, without Ecto-1, without every gadget in the world, just with like a proton pack and a trap. Goes and solves the problem.
And then go from there to a local. I mean, how much
it's
native
such a small story that I just wove that you have a lot of room to escalate going forward.
And that's another thing.
Can escalate in appropriate steps.
I think the first Ghostbusters where they're dealing with Gozerian should have never happened again. I like the movie. I like both movies, honestly, but it goes from a god to paint that wants to steal a baby so it can be reborn.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, Tyr, you got to understand, when they did the first Ghostbusters, it was only going to be a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
As a one-off, they could go as far as they wanted.
Well, yeah.
and it's fine. It's the problem is they didn't know how to. They didn't really know what to do going forward.
Yeah, again, having them like in this again using the second one, them going, oh, they're essentially party clowns now. They saved the goddamn city from a giant marshmallow man and a fucking god. How are you calling them clowns?
Basically, yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. They didn't know where to go.
Shit,
They didn't know where to go from the first movie because Hollywood doesn't know what to do.
Shit, they saved the fucking mayor in the courtroom. Not mayor in the courtroom. They saved a judge in the courtroom. The Scolari brothers. I sentenced them to death. I gave them the chair.
But that was in 2.
Yeah.
I still love that line though.
The thing is,
yeah.
Hollywood also makes the mistake of thinking there has to be an escalation. Oh, it's got to be bigger than the last time. No, it doesn't. Star Wars, The Force Awakens didn't need a planet-sized Death Star.
Nope.
It didn't need to blow up 5 planets at once, would make no fucking sense.
No, and it certainly didn't need to blow them up within visual range of each other. Because the filmmakers don't know how that shit works.
Well, really quickly, not even that. That is destroying resources that you need. Like, you just destroyed 5 planets that you could strip mine and harvest shit from. You need resources.
Yeah, again, that's why mustache twirling villains are stupid. Or at least stupid when they're put in the wrong context.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you say they should have taken the lesson from the first Death Star. Okay, yeah, you're trying to rule from fear, but a single battle station to terrify the masses and bring all the systems into line doesn't really cut it, and it's kind of extraneous when you look at the fact that you can slack the civilizations on a planet with your Star Destroyers without destroying the planet.
Exactly.
Right.
And you had a, that's another thing, again, I guess we're going to hop Star Wars now. That's the thing about Star Wars. Star Wars should have been focused, the new order should have been focused strictly on their fleet. They have this massive new fleet of new ships that they've never seen, and because everybody's been at peace for so fucking long, they decided to go all hippie on us.
Well, yeah, like I said, they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
They don't know how to handle storytelling because they're not storytellers anymore. They don't tell us stories, they tell us situations.
Yes.
They don't think about the greater depth, breadth or width of breadth, width, and depth of the story they're telling.
The long-term ramifications of what you just did.
And again, this is another reason that AI really is a threat to the entertainment industry, is because Halloween, Jesus, why do I keep saying that? Because Hollywood really is this fucking shallow. Whether it's because they're idiots or because they think it's going to make them money, I don't know. I don't really care. The fact of the matter is they are this shallow. I get more entertainment value out of an AI reading on that session tape from a fake Dr. Loomis, an AI Dr. Loomis, than I do out of anything David Gordon Green and Danny McBride put together for their piece of shit trilogy.
Yeah. I get more entertainment out of, schmucks with, hope, dream, and like a video camera.
Yep. Yeah, an iPhone.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly,
we're usually getting more entertainment value out of nobodies. On the one hand, that's
the thing is,
on the other, it's a great thing because these are the people with the skill, the talent, the ideas. And maybe their skills aren't fully developed yet, but there's the kernel of talent there.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not making the money because Hollywood is still a force to be reckoned with. And it's a force that's going to fail. The greater the tools become.
Well, the beautiful thing with that, Mitch, is that the advancement advancement of technology and the lowering of the cost of the bar to entry for the people that really want to do it. I mean, you could shoot some of this stuff on your phone and edit it on your home computer these days. The ones who really want to do it and have a good story to tell and some modicum of ability in putting that together can produce that now and put it on a platform where, okay, it's streaming free, but if it gets enough views, if it gets enough of those contact hits and everything, they start making money off of it too, and they can produce more of their own and not be tied down by lunacy that is Hollywood.
Shit,
that's one of the reasons I so very much want to see Womp Stomp Films produce some original content.
And that's what I was about to bring up too.
If they could produce original content as good as what they produced with Never Hike Alone and that whole series, they're gonna make money whether Hollywood distributes or not. Whether it's or not, they're going to make some money off it.
I'm going to say this. Well, I honestly believe this. This is what I honestly believe. The worst fan film that we've seen ever is still better than anything Hollywood has shot out in the last 10, 15 years.
For the most part, I'd agree. I mean, there are still some gems in Hollywood.
They're few and far between.
But we also have to not fall for the scam of suddenly thinking that the prequel trilogy, Star Wars, is actually good because the sequel trilogy sucks so bad.
Goodbye comparison.
The prequel trilogy is still bad. It's still bad. It's just not as bad as the sequel trilogy.
It's not the worst thing Star Wars has shot out.
Right. Not now. Star Trek Voyager is still a bad show. It's just not as bad as Discovery and Strange New Worlds.
Or Picard.
Take our one from a couple weeks ago. Sorry, for some reason I was going to get the hiccups, something fierce and everything. You take that one from a couple weeks ago, give them about 3-4 years to really knuckle down with the storytelling and working out the details and everything, and let them put out some more original content with the same kind of mindset, creating their original work. They're going to be getting
desperate measures.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and they watched that. If you saw the
yeah, I did.
If you saw the quote I put in Discord, they watched our review of that, and yeah, you're right. We had like 10 hours to film that day.
Which is which really puts it into context, because I mean, I feel like I called it right on the one. Is like basically did the office scene, and he just got it in one take and threw the whole thing in there.
Yeah.
And again,
hey, sometimes that's how it goes.
But that changes my look at it. Knowing that they only had like 10 hours to film does kind of change my view. It doesn't change the fact that my criticism is still valid as hell, but it changes like you were on a time crunch and you tried to get something out. So you really couldn't do editing in anything. Okay, well, I'm going to be a little bit more lenient, but not by much.
Well, no, the time crunch didn't affect their editing. It was their time on set. It was their time on scene for shooting it.
Right. I mean, editing, that's post-production. That you can take your time with that to get it right. And I think
so maybe they couldn't do 2 or 3 takes on a lot of the scenes, and that does make a difference there.
Yeah.
Like that running scene. Oh God, that you're supposed to be running.
Oh yeah, that one stands out for me too.
But okay, give them a year and a week to do their shoot.
Get it right, yeah. Imagine what they did. They had that time.
You're not doing a feature like film. Do 30, 45-minute film.
Yeah.
Cut it down if the content doesn't actually, drive the story and drive the plot. But do a 30, 45-minute film, take a week to shoot it, and then, extra time for your post processing. give them a little bit more practice, a little bit more time. They're gonna,
Yeah, they're going to
they
start
stick with
turning
it.
out
They're gonna,
some genuinely quality work. I guarantee it.
especially if they keep to, coming up with their own ideas, or, take ideas made by other, put together by other people, but keep your same standard of quality for the idea. Say if it doesn't meet this standard, we're not going to do it.
See, I have a concept for an introductory slasher film. And when I say introductory, I mean introductory for a filmmaker. And it's one I almost want to do. It's I should probably just see about what I can do to make it happen for next summer, honestly. But
I know what you did next summer.
Well, no, it's because I live I live rather close to a wooded area.
Oh no!
In fact, I could spit and hit a tree. It's that close. My concept is the title is Mr. Nope. It's a very short horror film, slasher film, and it's a guy walking through a forest, and he's on his cell phone, talking about what he's doing out there. I haven't decided what that is yet. But in the distance, he hears something, turns around to look, and then turns his phone to see what to record it. And in the distance, you see the masked killer in the woods with a machete, hacking away at some chick and killing her. And the title of this thing is Mr. Nope.
Because he fucking get the fuck out there.
Yeah, at that point, the guy just turns around, nope, fuck that, not today. He just keeps saying things as he wanders away and drives off that are indicative of I ain't playing this shit. I'm out of here. I'm gone. Fuck that. No way. And that's the whole movie. It can be filmed with one camera, one person delivering dialogue.
And a total of 3 people involved.
Yeah. Yep. I think that is on a no budget, really. That is a great introductory film. If you're new to filmmaking.
Yeah, you can literally shoot that on your phone.
If it's done right, it can be done in one shot. Or I'm sorry, in one take. But I think what I would have happen is as the guy's running away, he's saying, no bullshit, not today, motherfucker, no, screw you. He trips, falls, and that's when the phone dies. So we don't even know what happens to him.
Don't know if he gets away or not.
Yep.
Right.
We just know that he saw something and did I'm going to nope out of this.
And the best part is, you know what you get? A sequel. Because then someone is out doing the same thing and finds a cell phone and takes it home.
And plugs it in.
And he's able to plug it in and make it go and pull that found footage off the thing. And then his reaction is like, holy shit. He turns around and there's the killer in his house and kills him. How? We don't know. It's a short film. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the so frequently in these things you don't need the how. You need
it's a weird
you need
mix.
the what and the why.
It's a weird mix because on the one hand, you have to know things in the background going into making a film, especially if it's like a feature length and you're really leaning into telling a story. There are things you have to know.
Well, it's the person producing it you have to know.
Yes, but that's the stuff that's behind the scenes.
Right.
On camera or what's on screen, the audience doesn't always have to know all that stuff. In fact, it's better in some cases if the audience is left with a mystery, because now, once the film is over, the audience still has shit to talk about.
Yeah, you're not shooting a Mission Impossible.
Right.
Is they're part of the how is part of the entertainment. It's a critical part of the story.
Yes.
Here, the person producing it has to know the how, but the audience doesn't have to know the how. You get that speculation element, what's going to happen next, because you got two with Mr. Nope. That makes you think that maybe Mr. Nope's going to be back again.
Yep. Maybe Mr. Nope wasn't the guy running away saying nope, nope, nope.
Yeah.
Maybe Mr. Nope is the killer.
Yep. That's what I'm about to say. Maybe Mr. Nope's the killer.
And maybe he stages these things so that he specifically murders the people that nope out about it or the people that find out about it.
Yep.
Maybe. Who knows?
So he knew the phone was out there and tracked, followed you home when you picked up the phone and took it.
Maybe
well, the killer, the guy who finds the phone doesn't find a body. He just finds a phone.
Right.
Maybe.
But obviously, Mr. Nope said the killer knows the phone is
actually
there.
A spirit trying to connect with the world at large and kill more and more people. Who knows?
Supernatural.
Yeah, we can add that supernatural element, but
kind of thing.
But as the people watching these short films, they don't know any of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to go, "Oh, that was freaky." Well, wait, how did he wind up in that guy's house when they watch the second film? What? Okay, so then, as someone watching the film, your brain starts to work on the problem, whether you know it or not. Your brain starts to work on the problem. Your brain is trying to figure out how this happened.
And then you want to see a third and a fourth because you want the clues that tell you how is this.
You don't want the answers. You want more clues. That's the trick.
Yeah, you don't give them the answers because the hook that brings them back is
the questions.
Wanting to figure out for themselves.
It's sitting around with your friends going, "What do you think happened?" "Well, I think it was this." "No, it couldn't have been that because oh yeah, you're right." It's getting that conversation going after people have watched your movie. That's the trick.
Right.
That's where the magic happens.
So
the thing is, if you can keep driving that conversation, you can keep putting them out forever
in perpetuity.
I remember ages ago, me, my girlfriend, and her friend and her boyfriend went to see Hancock. The Will Smith movie where he liked the superhero creature thing, and we're all leaving the movie, and we're just like, so what do you think he was? Because they give you the big mystery about what they are. They could be gods, they could be angels. She doesn't fucking know. And I can very really remember going to try to find the novelization because I'm pretty sure something like that in the book will tell you what the fuck it is,
or give you more clues.
Or give you more clues, yes. We went to like Barnes and Nobles in our city trying to find if there was a novelization for that movie. It sucks that it never got a sequel because I really think it needed one because there were so many fucking questions.
Right, and that's just it. It's not always about answering the question. Sometimes it's about just laying out a few more breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm getting tired.
Not every question needs to be answered.
Yes, we don't need the origin of Han Solo's fucking name.
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting sleepy, so I'm about to call it here. I thank you all for coming out. We will be back next Monday and next Friday. So you will have, in 2 weeks' span, you will have 4. Count them, 4 means in space.
You poor bastards.
I know. You're all going to suffer. Space. Say goodbye tonight, people.
Later, everybody.
See ya.
So does that make you like Sailor Black Moon at this point since you're in space so much?
I don't know. Oh, gosh.
Say the Senchi.
All right. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Rock on.
Have a good night, guys.
Close Closing time. Time for you to go out to the places you will be from. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. Take me home. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.